Hey guys, welcome back to some more Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. You join us in the Hagamai Clinic, the hospital. This is going to be our next section of the game today. So last time we didn't do too much. I mean, it was we visited the museum again. We spoke to Andre. He gave us some info on the Templars and a bunch of other stuff that we could talk about. And then we headed over to the police station. Spoke with Moo and Inspector Rosso. Pissed Rosso off, talking about the Templars, which was interesting. And we went to Montfaucon as well, and spoke to the drunk policeman, which was kind of funny. I kind of enjoyed that. And so through Moo at the police station, we got the location of where Jack Marquet is. He is here. He's in the Hagamai Clinic. So our task for today is to try and actually get to see him. So I do know what we do. I do know what we do. Jesus Christ. I do know what we need to do to trigger the next event. But I didn't do it in the last video because I wanted to end it there. So let's carry on. So we need to talk to the receptionist again.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Now we need to show her the electrician's card, but let's talk to her about some of this stuff first.
What does this false nose remind you of?
Oh, it's a clown's nose.
That's right.
Why don't you give me a break and go and play with someone else?
Well, okay.
Have you seen this man here at the clinic?
No, sir. And I never forget a face.
She's a good receptionist.
What does this gem suggest to you?
I advise you not to flash that around. The hospital insurance wouldn't cover it if it was stolen.
Yeah, I advise George not to flash it around either. Right, so that's what we need to show her. Let's.
What does this tool suggest to you?
Is it a crack detector?
Huh?
A what?
Polar explorers use them to poke about in the snow.
No.
I love how every character's got an answer on what they think it is.
Have you heard of the Club Alamet?
No. It sounds romantic, doesn't it? The kind of place where you get little umbrellas and whelks.
Huh? That's romantic? Is this plaster any use to you?
I'm allergic to plaster.
Oh.
I'd like to shake you by the hand.
Don't be fresh, young man.
I wouldn't want to shock her anyway. She's too cute.
Can you think of any use for this greasy tissue?
I guess you could use it to baste a roast turkey.
I don't know if you'd want to. But,
Look at this ID pass.
So you're Merlin. Marquet's been asking for you.
Oh.
For me?
Yes.
Oh.
He was shouting your name when they brought him in here.
Cool. There we go.
Now, let me see. He was on ward B12, as I recall. Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh dear. He's on ward J2. That's... Nurse Grendel's ward.
Oh, old Nurse Grendel. I know about Nurse Grendel.
What's so bad about Nurse Grendel?
She runs that ward like a South American prison.
Keeping a well-disciplined ward isn't a crime, is it?
Well disciplined. In the discipline and punishment stakes, she'd whip the butt off the Marquis de Sade. Everything, I mean everything, is done to a strict routine. 6 o'clock alarm call, 6:10 bowel movements, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result. Those patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a real nightmare.
And then some.
Yeah, but that's her job, isn't it? She's a nurse.
If Nurse Grendel is that bad, how come the authorities tolerate her?
She's like part of the furniture.
Oh, you mean she's been here a long time?
No, I mean there's not a man in this clinic who hasn't sprawled out on her.
Damn.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was jealous, with a big green capital J. How do I find Nurse Grendel's ward?
Down the corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge. Bear left past the administrator's sauna. And turn left at the end, That's J2. And good luck.
Well, thankfully we don't have to remember all that, so, because that's a lot of lefts and rights.
Thanks for your help, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Okay, so let's talk to this guy again. I know we didn't talk to him about the stuff that we've got,
Excuse me, sir.
because he might say some...
Do you recognize
Stuff.
this red nose, sir?
No, I do not. This is a hospital, not a circus ring. We minister to the sick in body, not the sick in mind.
Just a
Do you
question.
recognize the man in this photograph?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay.
I have to take this gem to Marquet. He might be able to explain its significance.
My dear chap, Marquet has other things on his mind right now.
Like what?
His catheter, for one.
Lovely.
Does the name Thomas Merlin mean anything to you?
No, it does not.
That's who I'm passing myself off as.
Does this tool mean anything to you?
Got him.
Sacre bleu.
Sacre
That's
bleu.
exactly what I needed in my last operation.
It is?
I had to improvise with a knitting needle and a couple of corks. If only you'd been on hand at the time, my patient would have given his right arm for it.
That's so Sacre Bleu. That's like close to my last name. My last name is spelled SACREE, and that's where my last name comes from. It's French, even though I'm not French. Unless like my old family tree is like passed down from France somewhere. I don't know, but yeah, that's a nice little detail and little fact about myself. Hope you enjoyed that one. What did I just talk to him about? I can't even remember. What was it?
Does this tool
Was it
mean
this?
anything to you?
Yes, I really must get one like it myself.
Maybe it was that.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamat?
No, sir, I have not.
Does this white powder mean anything to you?
No, sir, I do not pretend to know the pharmacist's job.
At least he doesn't think it's cocaine.
May I have the honor of shaking you by the hand?
You may not. I don't encourage physical contact between my staff.
Jesus Christ, what is wrong with people in this game?
What do you make of this tissue, sir?
Intéressant. I thought I knew the ins and outs of the human body, but this has me beat. If I were you, I'd have this sample analyzed.
It's grease paint, buddy.
Thanks for your help.
Alright, well, let's go find Nurse Grendel's ward then. You go down there, do a left, do a right. Past the calf. Oh.
As I turned the corner, I saw the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow.
Let's go and have a chat with him, shall we?
Hello.
What's that?
I said hello.
Oh, hiya.
I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
That's what I thought you said. Don't look so down in the mouth. No matter how bad things seem, I never let life get on top of me.
Oh, yeah? What's your secret?
Why, it's easy. All you have to do is smile and whistle this little tune.
You know what? If you start whistling, I'll bust you in the teeth.
It's a deal.
Now, I'm pretty sure this guy's voice actor, in a minute, is one of the patients as well, and you can instantly tell it's the same guy. But it's quite funny.
Do you know where I'd find a patient called Marquet?
No, I'm not allowed on the wards with Mr. Shiny.
By the way, already know the name of this episode. Trust me.
Have you seen any unsavory characters lurking about in the corridors?
No, sir, I haven't. But I've got nothing to worry about. What's that, Mr. Shiny? You'd take good care of the rascals, I'll bet you would. With a friend like him, I've no fear of oppressors.
It must be a great comfort.
Yeah, right?
He is.
Would Mr. Shiny be your polishing machine by any chance?
Please, don't call him that. He's more of a friend than a machine. I've had Mr. Shiny for 3 years, and he's never let me down once.
Good old Mr. Shiny.
How come you got so attached to a polishing machine?
I asked you not to call him that. He's got a name, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Shiny. It's just that...
You think it's odd, don't you?
No, I
don't mind. The rest of the staff think I'm twisted. I heard them snorking behind my back when I gave Mr. Shiny his weekly pull through.
Whatever you've got with this metal mop foot is probably a fine and noble thing.
It is? Say, it's not every day I meet someone as crazy as me.
I'm pretty sure there isn't, buddy. But you're a unique character, that's for sure.
Do you know a nurse called Grendel?
Sure I do.
Is she on duty today?
Yeah, end of the corridor, Ward J2.
Okie dokie, thanks.
Take a look at this red nose.
Are you a policeman?
No, this is a clown's nose, not a policeman's.
Why would a policeman have a red nose?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Who is it?
That's what I'm asking you. Have you seen him before?
How should I know? You haven't told me who he is.
Take a look at the photo.
Yeah, okay.
Now, have you seen him before?
No.
Wasn't that hard, was it? Jesus.
What do you think of this, Sam?
Oh boy. What is it?
A priceless gemstone, found in a medieval castle in Ireland. Get me into Marquet's ward, and it's yours.
I don't wear jewellery.
If this gem was yours, you'd be able to buy 100 Mr. Shiny.
This is true.
Don't be silly. There's only one Mr. Shiny.
God damn it.
Do you recognize this pass?
No, I don't. Should I?
No, but I wondered if you'd seen a stranger flashing it about.
No, sir. But if I had, Mr. Shiny would take care of him.
Would this tool be any use to you?
No, sir. Mr. Shiny has no user serviceable parts. Whatever that means.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
You should never ever play with matches.
This is true.
I know that, but
People get hurt when they do.
sure.
They end up in hospital, like the burger lady. She was so burned up, they didn't know whether to use bandages or onions.
The burger lady.
Do you recognize this powder?
Is that dandruff?
No way.
What?
It sure looks like dandruff.
It's plaster.
Ugh.
I don't know what's worse. Dandruff or cocaine? Jesus.
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not until I've washed, if you don't mind, sir. You can pick up all kinds of things in a hospital.
Like nurses, right?
No, sir. Bugs and germs. And fungal infections.
I don't think he quite got the joke there.
What does this tissue suggest to you?
You have a cold. What you need is vitamin C. And a side order of machine oil.
Okie dokie. Right, well, I'm out of here.
See you later.
Yeah, take care now.
Alright, well, our objective is there's a door literally right here. And inside that door is a doctor's lab coat, which we need. Obviously, we can't get it now because old Sam is scrubbing the floor with Mr. Shiny. So, what we need to do is we need to pull out the plug to distract him. But first, let's have a look at this. Oh, no.
Maybe the face of the unaccountably happy domestic had made me unduly suspicious. I mean, I knew it was only my imagination, but the water tasted, well, peculiar.
Not the water you was expecting, George.
I guess the water cooler was for the use of people lost in the corridors.
Will you drink it again? Yeah.
Maybe the face of the unaccountably
Okay.
happy domestic had made me unduly suspicious.
I thought he was going to say
I
something
mean,
different.
I knew it was only my imagination, but the water tasted, well, peculiar.
Let's have a look at this.
There was no way I could improve on the sculpture with the janitor watching me. It was a life-sized marble figure of a guy in robes. The sculptor had tried to give him a look of paternal authority and concern. To my mind, he looked just plain constipated.
Right, let's distract this guy. We need that lab coat.
As I tugged the plug out of the socket, the polishing machine coughed, spluttered, and died.
Mr. Shiny, what's wrong, pal?
Oh, he's figured there's something wrong. I mean, George, you could have got it by now. Instead, you're standing there watching him plug it back in. Okay, now we want to go grab it. Hey,
Dr. Stobart at your service.
hell yeah! Oh man, there's a few things I want to call this episode now. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But let's go down to Ward J2. Let's go to our actual objective. Pass ourselves off as a doctor. Oh, there she is. There's old Nurse Grendel.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Oh, hi. Is this Ward J2?
Yes, sir. The patients are ready for your inspection, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. Well, who's first?
Monsieur Croquet in bed 2.
What's his problem?
He's been complaining of loss of consciousness. You'll need this, Doctor.
Oh, she's gonna get me something? Ah.
She gave me a long, narrow metal box and a stunning smile. Thanks.
Alright, let's go to... I think it's this guy. The guy we're about to talk to is the same voice actor for the guy out there.
Hi, I'm Dr. Stobart.
Hello, Doctor.
It's so him.
Nurse told me you keep losing consciousness.
That's right.
It's the same voice.
I've had the problem as long as I can remember. It's a real out-of-body experience. Like death, but not so conclusive.
I see. How long does it last?
Just a fraction of a second, and then I recover.
I might not have been a doctor, but I was formulating a diagnosis all the same. This guy was nuts. I know exactly what you mean. It's known in the medical field as blinking.
Is it serious?
Of course it isn't serious. It's perfectly natural.
But just think, 2 seconds every minute. Why, that's almost half an hour every day. 2 weeks out of every year spent in total darkness.
I don't have time to listen to this baloney.
Jesus.
Which bed is Marquet in?
He's round the corner, in solitary.
What's the matter with him?
I don't know, but the men who brought him in were wearing masks and rubber gloves. Hey, you're a doctor. How come you don't know?
We doctors don't know everything.
Then how come you act like you do?
Has Marquet had any visitors?
No words.
Nah, neither have I. That's the worst thing about being in hospital. You feel like the rest of the world has abandoned you.
Well, you know how it is. Life goes on.
Thanks for those comforting words.
You're welcome, buddy.
Do you recognize this red nose?
Nah, I don't.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Nah, Doctor. Who is it?
A cold-blooded killer.
One of your colleagues?
No, he really is
Yeah.
the murderer.
I've never seen him before.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
No, Doctor.
No, Doctor.
Have you heard of a guy called Merlin?
No, Doctor.
No,
Do
Doctor.
you know what this tool is used for?
Eye surgery.
Oh my god.
That's a dumb thing to say. It's not sharp enough. Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
Nah, I haven't.
Do you know what this is?
Is it self-raising flour?
No.
Good guess. It looks like flour, doesn't it?
Do you know what this piece of equipment is called?
No, I don't.
I thought about giving him an electric shock, but I just couldn't do that to a sick guy.
I could have, especially to him.
Have you any idea what this is?
Please, take it away before I throw up.
Might make him better, actually. Not the tissue, I mean the handshake.
Well, goodbye and good luck.
Thanks, Doc.
Well, let's go talk to Nurse Grendel again then. She don't seem so bad so far.
Could you take a look at the client in bed number 3 now? His name is Eric Sopmarsh.
What's his problem?
He's delirious. He just now came out of theater.
Oh.
He's recovering from major surgery.
I'll have him up and about before you can say, Lazarus, get out of your bed and walk. Hello? Anybody home?
Who are you?
My name is Dr. Stobart, and I'm here to steer you down the rocky road to recovery.
Dr. Monroe said there was no cure for what I've got.
Your problem is you stayed in bed too long.
Are you sure you're a qualified doctor?
You better believe it.
Absolutely. 100%.
What's your impression of Nurse Grendel?
She's a very efficient young woman.
Efficient? You make her sound like a vacuum cleaner.
I've no complaints.
The woman in reception described Nurse Grendel as a monster.
Well, that's simply not true. She's quite strict, but that's her job.
Yeah.
You've got to have discipline in a place like this.
It's exactly what I said. It's her job.
What can you tell me about Marquet?
He's the man in the private room, isn't he? That room was mine before I was tossed out like a common squatter.
God damn.
Do you know what's wrong with Marquet?
They won't even say what's wrong with me. Tell me, Doctor, what's your opinion?
It's too early to say.
But I've been here for 3 months.
3 months? Jesus. Hospitals, man.
Do you recognize this red nose?
Doesn't that belong to Boissy?
No. I found it in
Who's
a sewer.
Boissy?
He's a clown, you know.
Oh.
Wouldn't think so to look at him now, would you?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, Doctor. Who is it?
A cold-blooded killer.
Really? He's a dead ringer for my bank manager. Of course, Mr. Soames hasn't got a scar, and he doesn't come from the Middle East. His hair's a lot grayer, too. Otherwise, it's just like him.
Of course.
Remarkable. Does this gem mean anything to you?
No, Doctor. Is this some kind of test?
If it was, you would have failed.
Just
Have you
questions.
heard of a guy called Merlin?
No, Doctor.
Okay, what do you think this is? Let's hear it.
Do you know what this tool is used for?
I'd rather not, Doctor. Ignorance is bliss, as they say.
Okay, I thought you was going to come up with something new.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
I'm not really a nightclub man, Doctor. A game of whist and a glass of ginger wine is about my limit.
Whatever takes your fancy.
Do you know what this is?
It looks like plaster.
Bing, ding,
How did you
ding.
know that?
I'm a plasterer.
Oh, well.
I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job.
Even though he wasn't asked to.
I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
Oh,
I'm a doctor. It's my job.
you're not actually going to do it, George?
I thought about giving him an electric shock, but I just couldn't do that to a sick guy.
Okay, same dialogue.
Have you any idea what this is?
No, Doctor. I wouldn't even like to guess.
Okay.
See you later.
Okay, now I think if we try and walk past, this guy is going to moan about his blood pressure, that we haven't done it yet. So let's see. Yep.
Doctor,
What is it?
you haven't taken my blood pressure.
Which is true, we didn't. We just, for some reason, we said we were, but we didn't.
Seems fine to me.
You're not doing it right.
Of course I am.
No, you're not. Dr. Monroe never did it like that.
I can't take a satisfactory reading while you're excited like this. I'll come back later.
What I love is George has got an answer for everything. Like, he can get out of a situation so easily. Okay, so of course we're not a doctor. That's obviously proven. We're passing ourselves off as well. We don't know how to take a blood pressure properly, so we're gonna need someone else to help us out with that. So we're gonna go back out. We're gonna go back to the reception, and how they don't realise that we're now wearing a doctor's coat is beyond me. But anyway, I think we came in this way, didn't we? Because we're gonna need some help with this. Otherwise, we're never going to be able to see Marquet. Okay. We're going to talk to Hagemeyer. Who, again, I don't know how he doesn't realise who we are.
Excuse me, sir.
But never mind.
You must be the new boy.
Yeah, I must be.
Well, stop wandering about and make yourself useful. Bunny, come here, boy.
Bunny.
This is Benoit, my nephew.
Oh.
Can I trust you to look after him?
Do your own babysitting, Gramps. Who do you think you are, anyhow?
I am Felix Hagenmeyer.
And may I say what an honor it is to meet you in person. You are on my medical wall of fame. Right up there with Pasteur and Leary. I look on it as a privilege, no, an honor, to look after your nephew, sir.
He is fresh out of medical school. It will open his eyes to see a real doctor on the job.
I'll bet.
Show him around. Let him see some real suffering.
Damn. I mean, I'll show him around, but I don't know about the real suffering part. Okay.
So long, Hagenmeyer.
Okay, cool. So we've got Benoit with us, or Bunny, if you want to call him. We're going to go back to Nurse Grendel's ward, or J2, as we now know it. And yeah, he'll follow us now, so that's cool, because we need him. Okay, we're automatically back here anyway, so... Oh, Nurse Grendel wants us. What's up?
Doctor?
What is it now, nurse?
Number 2 again. He won't tell me what he wants. He says he'll only talk to a man.
Do I have to? That guy's nuts.
Doctor, I'm surprised at you. There's no way to talk about our clients.
Okay, I'll see him. But I'm telling you, he's a hypochondriac.
See what he wants. Again.
Hello again.
He doesn't want anything. You lying, Nurse Grendel.
Do you know what this piece of equipment is called?
No, I don't.
Oh well. Bye.
Well, goodbye and good luck.
Thanks, Doc.
He didn't even want anything.
Hey, Benoit.
I need you, bud.
There's no need to shout. What do you want?
Here, take this.
Here, take this pressure gauge.
Thank you, sir. What do you want me to do with it?
Well, keep it safe until I think of something.
Okay. Well, let's talk to him about this first.
Do you know the nurse on Ward J2?
Dude, we're here,
No.
George.
This is my first day here. I can't wait to get my hands dirty. I was talking about treating my first patient, of course.
Of course,
I
bud.
didn't mean I'd get my hands dirty with a nurse.
Shut up, Benoit.
Shut up.
Okay, sir.
Shut up, Benoit. Take this.
Are you ready with that pressure gauge?
Primed and ready to pump, sir. What do you want me to do with it?
Use it on Eric Sotmarsh.
Use it on Eric Sopmarsh.
Okay.
Alright, now we're good. We're golden. Let's go. So we still need to see Marquet. For that, let's talk to the guard.
I'm Dr. Stobart.
Bonjour, Docteur.
Have you heard of a guy called Marquet?
He's in quarantine, Doc.
Ah.
Right behind this here door.
Marquet is just the man I wanted to see.
I wouldn't go in there if I was you. He has anthrax.
Oh.
I have to visit my patient.
What for?
Routine. I have to check he's still breathing.
What if he's not?
I'll sign the certificate and register his bed as vacant.
That's a cold and distant attitude to death.
Well, I've been institutionalized to the point of godlike aloofness.
The white coat suits you.
Thanks.
Hell yeah, it does.
Have you seen any suspicious characters on the ward?
Yes, you, George.
I have.
You're one of them.
A gorilla and a weasel?
No. This was a tatty old bear.
How was the bear acting suspiciously?
Well, he was wearing a homburg.
Is that against the law?
No, but it's pretty weird for a bear.
Don't you think it's possible that the bear was a man in disguise?
Well, obviously, I'm not completely stupid. But who would go to the bother of disguising himself as a bear? It's not as if he'd blend in with the surroundings. I checked with base to see if any bears had been reported missing from the zoo or a traveling circus. They told me to sit tight until reinforcements arrive. I guess they're right. I'd be stupid to tackle a bear single-handed.
Ah. Let's ask him about some of this stuff.
Do you recognize this red nose?
Don't get cute with me.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I have never seen him before.
Do you recognize this gem?
It isn't an emerald, is it?
Yeah, I think so. Thanks.
Oh, at least we now know. And yeah, I remember the receptionist talking about there being a bear on the ward for the kids or something.
Are you Thomas Merlin of Gruber Electronics?
No.
Then you won't be needing this.
Why would you ask him that?
What do you think this tool is used for?
Branding mice without bending down.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamet?
No. It sounds Middle Eastern.
I think it is.
Can you think of any sensible use for this plaster?
Sensible? No. Puerile? Yes. But you've probably thought of those already.
Would you like to shake hands?
What for?
As a gesture of goodwill.
On reflection? No.
Of course.
What does this tissue suggest to you?
It looks as if it has been used to wipe Satan's bottom.
I hate to say it, but you could be right.
Close enough.
Catch you later, officer.
Au revoir, Doc. If you see that bear, kick him in the nuts.
Okay, let's go do what we came here to do. Finally.
Rather you than me, pal.
Jacques Marquet. You ain't looking too good, buddy.
Marquet?
Yes, I am Marquet. I've been expecting you.
You have?
Well, what are you waiting for? Get it over with.
Not here to kill you,
I
bud.
just want to know what I should do with the gem.
The Lachmar gem.
Yeah,
Yep.
right here in my pocket.
I thought you were one of the assassins.
Not me. I never inhaled.
So, you were sent in my place?
Yeah. You could hardly make the trip to Ireland in your condition. What should I do with the gem?
Deliver it to the Grand Master. Quickly tell him that I have found the tripod right here in Paris.
Oh, we know, bud.
Have it?
Not yet, but it's being taken care of.
Oh.
I hired a couple of stooges with a flair for petty crime.
I think
Would
I know.
that be Flap and Guido by
Yep.
any chance?
You know them?
We've met. what about the Hashashin?
Is more likely to have followed Klausner. He'll stop at nothing to prevent the reforging of the sword.
And that's bad, is it?
As for Klausner, he has gone off to Syria on a wild goose chase.
They have geese in Syria?
George.
As a theory
Uh-oh.
about the location of the...
That's enough excitement for one day, Monsieur Marquet. What are you doing here?
Talking to this patient, of course.
Monsieur Marquet is my patient. If Herr Hagenmeyer was to hear that...
Okay, I'm going.
All
I
right,
learned all I could from
doctor.
Marquet anyhow.
So yeah, we got some info there from Marquet.
Ah, there you are, sir. I was just coming to look for you. I finished with your pressure gauge.
Thanks.
Thanks, Bunny.
What's
Uh-oh.
that noise? It sounds as if someone's having a cardiac arrest.
It's all right. The doctor's in there with him.
Man, this is true.
Are you sure he was a doctor?
Oui, monsieur. He showed me his ID. It was Dr. Braille.
There's no Dr. Braille working here.
Oh shit.
He's an imposter.
Oh no.
The door's locked. Help me, officer.
Oh dear. This is not good.
Stand back, monsieur.
Go, get in there. He's gone. Damn, Marquet's dead. The guy escaped. He was a bogus doctor. Holy crap. There we go, back in back in Nico's apartment.
I found Jacques Marquet.
Did he talk?
Yeah, he talked. For the very last time.
He's dead.
Yeah. Killed in cold blood by a bogus doctor.
That's despicable. What kind of guy would pass himself off as a doctor and take advantage of a dying man? Was it Khan?
No, I don't know who he was, but it certainly wasn't Khan. He got away, out the window.
He did indeed. Alright.
Have you ever heard of the Hashashin?
No.
Marquet said that they were his biggest enemy.
His biggest enemy was the bogus doctor.
Right.
Don't remind me. That guy was evil. He had wild, staring eyes like a dead fish. I'll never trust a doctor again. Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time. Besides, Marquet would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives.
Yeah,
He wouldn't
true.
have recognized the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse unless they'd introduced themselves.
That's funny. Show her this.
Can you think of any use for this?
That's a thing for measuring blood pressure, isn't it? What are you doing with that?
I picked it up in the hospital. It could be useful.
You ought to take it back. Don't you feel guilty?
No.
No, I don't. Alright, well I think that's it.
I guess I'd better go back and talk to that weirdo.
Which one, Rosso or Sergeant Mou? Oh, but you're referring to Andre.
I'll let you work it out.
Yeah, I'll let you work that one out. So yeah, we're going to be going back to the museum, but I'm going to be ending the episode. We will go to the museum, but I'll end it there, because I think this has been a long one again. I've literally recorded this video straight after the other one, and I still forgot to set a timer, so this is probably a super long episode for you guys. So I hope you enjoy this one. I wanted to get the hospital done as a full episode anyway. But yeah, we're going to go to the museum. And we're going to end it right here, guys. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on this video. I really do appreciate it. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy. And I will see you guys in the next Broken Sword video. Take care, guys. See ya.